Okay. Okay, I was not prepared to press start recording, but we're gonna go with it. So, this video is gonna be on how it's also 2 in the morning. About how you can have with the cubicle labs Volt M place an edge. So, is this you? Did you just break an edge? Of course you did. That's what volts do. So, things you're going to need. An X-Acto knife. The volt that you have broken an edge from. Let me go get it. Ow. The magnetic edge that you have broken, and plenty of stock non-magnetic volts. Why do you need plenty? Because the success rate is not that high. The success rate not being high is actually the main reason that the cubicle doesn't do, and SCS and all those other places don't really do Stickos Black. The cubicle did it for a bit, but then they discontinued it. Anyway, not a big deal. You can actually make your own Stickos Black puzzles by following this, keeping in mind that the only part that is almost 100% of the time salvageable is the base part that has the magnet in it. The part right here is not always, and the part right here is not always. Anyways, let's get into it. This is gonna be hard to see. I hope the general idea. So, get your hobby knife. Now, very gently, you're going to want to, stupid camera not focusing, it's just going to be out of focus. You're going to want to just kind of, usually I do it at the corner, so we're going to try to cut through the corner and get into it. We don't want to break the, I'll show you in a bit, a certain part. We'll stick it in here in the middle, and we'll try to get it open. You hear that click? That's not always a good sound. Anyway, so we already did that through there. Now we're gonna go through here where there's the like the two separate parts, and we're gonna try to just like cut through it. Don't hold it like I am. I'm probably gonna cut myself in the process of making this, trying to make it so that you can see it. I would normally recommend doing it on a table. Never have a knife cut towards you, like I'm doing right now. Anyways, I'm going to try to cut it through there. Okay, I've got my knife in here. This one's probably not going to be salvageable for this tile, just because of how complicated it is. Usually you can tell. If it's low effort, usually you'll be able to salvage everything. Okay, the main reason that we have to use that knife is because Chi is not smart and has decided to super glue things together, and because of that, it's annoying. Anyways, so we've cut it right there, and sometimes we can actually just do it from the original cut that we made right here, and just get it to come off. Now, this one will not be salvageable. We're going to want to come back here, and we're going to want to cut this again, because it's just not working. And, yeah. So, yes, you can see it's not really coming off. We didn't do a good job. It looks like it's actually just being held in right here, so we're going to try that cut again. And so let's stick it in. The easiest way to just get it off is right here, and just try to pry it off by twisting like that. So yeah, this one didn't work. As you can see, this kind of ripped off very weirdly, and there's the part of the blue plastic still on there. Now, what I was saying before, the part that you don't want to break is, oh, this camera sucks, is there are these little poles right here. You don't want to cut them off. They can pretty easily be cut off. Try not to. Now this one can't be salvaged, so it doesn't really matter anyways, except for the fact of getting them out of here that can be pretty annoying. If possible, it might not even be possible. I've never really tried it. But yeah, try not to cut these. It's 100% avoidable, so just don't do it. This part came off, so it is not salvageable, and it's right here. So before we can do anything else, we need to get that off. And all we're going to do is we're just going to try to cut parts of it off like this. We don't want to cut ourselves, and we don't want to cut the either white or yellow, depending if it's the white or yellow side stock on here, or in the case of a black plastic one, the black one. So I realize you can't see it that well, but I guess it's for the best that I showed a difficult one. Now, it doesn't, we're just going to try to, so we're just going to cut it off, all the plastic off. And it's basically, in some cases, it can be as painstaking as just shaving it off, and it looks like this one might be that way. Now, we usually can still stay, so if you're doing this, you want to do this to both the stock and one and the one you're trying to say the magnets from, although, likewise, if this breaks off, you can't salvage the piece on the stock one as well, but you can still salvage the part that breaks, which is important because that's the part that we actually care about on the stock pieces, outside of the panels, in case you can't salvage it on the original, like in this case. So I realize you can't really see what I'm doing, but it should make sense when you see what happened. So as you can see, I just cut somewhat more of it off. Now after you get a certain amount of it off, it just kind of falls off sometimes. Okay, so we got it all off. I mean, there's like some remnants of it underneath. You can't really see. Yeah, but you can see there's like some blue. Yeah, that's fine if it's there. So, this is really dangerous doing this. I don't think you guys know the sacrifices that I make to help you guys. And no one's going to watch it. Anyways, so what you want to do is, so if you notice, looking closely, there's like some prongs. I think they just hold the thing in place. But what you want to do is you also should notice that the plastic part right here goes on top of this. If you don't see it now, you'll see it later. But you want to get your knife and stick it right here, but it separates between them, and just kind of, oh, that doesn't usually happen. I'm going to do it on a surface, well, the surface right here. I might have cut myself. Anyways, it works. You want to stick your knife in between right here. It should go pretty easily. And you want to do it to both sides. So we've done it to both sides now. Now we can pull it out, except it's kind of tricky. So what you want to do is get your knife right here, push down into the crevice, and twist it. I think it has to be counterclockwise. I've never tried it clockwise, but I always do it counterclockwise. And like you see, it just kind of pulls out now. So this is what I mean by having like a different part. So we're going to put it together. So this was the blue white piece that was broken. Now I bring this bag to my competitions. This has them already taken apart from stock pieces, and there's even a magnetic one in here. I haven't really been breaking edges recently. So we grab a white one. We have our magnetic stock, so we're just going to get this white one right here. And we're going to push it in. This is being difficult. I think it's worth noting, though, I've never actually assembled one together before. Okay, actually, I'm seeing some of the problem. Let's just get a different white one. I just did that one poorly. Okay, I'll push it in like this. Oh, that wasn't in camera. Push it in like this. If you notice, it kind of sticks up a bit. That doesn't usually happen, actually. Well, actually, I don't know if it usually happens. I haven't done this before. I usually just replace the piece with another one, but I found out about this. I'm messing around with it. I think it should be fine. I'm not sure. If it sticks up, then I guess it's not legal. And we'll get this right here. A good panel that was successfully done. I'll just put it on the back. And yeah, if you see right here, we're going to have some work to get this because it's sticking up a bit. Oh, actually, just push it in a bit. Yep, push it in a bit, and it works. So, we're not going to be a dingus and just shove it back in, because, as we all know, with square ones, that's not a good idea. So, what you should do when putting it back together is take a panel off, unscrew it almost all the way, pull it apart, and put it in. Now this cube was actually Luke Tixon's. He broke an edge, and he gave it to me after, because he's sponsored. He can just get another one. Most people aren't able to do that, but he did, for some reason, get a part that broke it out of it. I don't know why, but he did. Yeah, don't just shove it in like that. Unscrew it. Now, I'm tired, and I'm not going to do that part. I'm going to assume that most of you guys know how to unscrew a puzzle and put a piece back in. If not, you shouldn't attempt this, because if you can't unscrew it and put a piece in, I don't trust you around a hobby knife.